Attention, everyone. Santa has an announcement to make.
For the good of Christmas, for the good of my family, I, Santa Claus, have decided to retire. We have a grief counselor, right? You're interviewing to become Santa Claus.
Yes. Can't wait to rub this in Brady's face.
All I do is
Give us your best ho, ho, ho.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Ho, ho, Homaha! Homaha! You see that? I called a little audible there.
Anyhow, thanks so much.
I sing, by the way.
No, Brady can sing.
slay all day, slaying anything and anyone that's in my way. You just good, but I'm so good.
That's me.
All I do is slay.
During the last few years, we've ventured into a lot of different fields. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing. It was all started by a mouse. All started by a mouse.
Simple circles. Oh, gosh. Mickey is a thing we all share. There aren't many of those around.
Oh, wow.
Hello, my internet fans. Welcome to the latest edition of That Boy Sports Bar featuring Dori Lou over there in the upper corner. She's back. We're all here. We're here to talk about what we always do, talk about sports, talk about stories, talk about stats, and most of all, have fun doing it while I get bashed in the brains like a piñata on a weekly basis. He's already look at Josh already swamping at the bit, waiting to take a swing.
And you will pardon me, even though I am returning here for the first time in a couple weeks, and I'm glad to be back. I am still getting ready to go out tonight. I'm going down to the Crypt, as it's now called, because we can't say Staples Center because we're a bunch of corporate assholes. But the Kings are playing Tampa Bay Lightning tonight, so I'm really going to the Crypt. I'm probably going to witness a massacre and a burial tonight, so, it is what it is.
It sounds like it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, the Lightning are doing very well. The Kings are right in the middle of their division where they need to be. And let's not talk about my Ducks right now because they suck. And
yeah, same thing with my Wild, but you know what? That's okay. They'll figure it out.
Hey, Kings are under 500, so I can't brag too much either. So it is what it is.
Zach, are you a hockey guy? Did we ever establish that?
Of course I am.
Oh, he just says it so nonchalantly. Of course I'm a hockey guy.
Well, of course.
Well, the only non-hockey guy is the Cleveland combatant over here who doesn't want to talk about hockey. His Blue Jackets aren't not too shabby neither right now.
Neither is my football team, so I just enjoyed watching Greg and Big G's team lose on a Sunday night. That was fun.
That was impressive. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get
there. We will definitely get there.
He is poking the bear. All right, folks, let's get into our news stories again. To everyone who is also watching in the chat room, welcome. Of course, we are on an extra early. We are on an hour early today because, as Jeff said, he gets to travel to Los Angeles.
Yes,
which is a lot of fun if you like looking at graffiti alongside the train tracks.
Oh no, we're driving, so we get the traffic and the graffiti. We get a double sensory pleasure on the way to the Kings game tonight, kids.
Oh, nice.
We start with college football. Another big fine has been dropped thanks to Louisiana State and all their students rushing the field after they defeated Ole Miss 45-20. But this fine was the maximum fine allowed. First offense fine in the SEC started at $50,000. They double to $100,000, and they go no higher than $250,000 every time something horrible happens, like, I don't know, celebrating. $250,000 for all the students bum rushing the field and being happy that their team won. Now, the money, of course, the money is only money. It gets put to good use. It gets put in the scholarship funds. But is it really that big of a thing that you got to punish your team? Let's open this up to debate here.
Nope.
They're not punishing the team. They're punishing the fans.
Yep.
I mean, do they have goalposts anymore?
They still do, I think.
I was going to say.
That's the reason.
I would hope that they still have their goalposts.
Yeah, Mike, the bottom line is it's the same thing that happens every time the Lakers manage to not sign LeBron James and win a championship. People riot. The people riot here when we win. I hate to see what happens when we lose. Jesus Christ. But, it doesn't matter if you're winning, losing, drawing, having a tie and kissing your sister. You don't celebrate by, damaging public or even private property or inciting mayhem and destruction. They're trying to crack down on people being idiots, and God forbid that be a thing in 2022.
Has there ever been a fine levy that we can quickly think of in the professional leagues?
Oh, I'm sure there has been. I mean, you have to remember also, the colleges, a lot of them, while they are under the governing of the NCAA or PAC, whatever, or the big whatever, they still have to privately fund a lot of their stuff. So when stuff's getting destroyed or rided on or whatever, they have to recoup that cost somehow. And the SEC luckily is stepping in to help with that problem, at least in this case.
Jeff, I just noticed on your press release you have the wrong team.
Why is that?
It wasn't Tennessee that got fined. It was Louisiana State University.
Okay, well, no, Louisiana was the one from the previous week. You told me it was Tennessee this week, and I copied that. I didn't even type that out. That is copied, cropped, and pasted from ESPN. That's their problem, not mine.
So yeah, Tennessee got the fine, but their fine was only $100,000 to replace the goalpost, which their fans came through and took care of that and then some.
Okay.
But LSU, don't expect the fans to cover that fine.
Okay, so yeah, the message I got here, I'll even since it's Tuesday, we'll dump on Mikey. Let me see what it says. We got a story piggybacking on Tennessee fine of $100 for LSU. They were fined $250K for the after win against Ole Miss. So it looks like this article is about the two teams you mentioned. It may be an article. Either way, these fines are happening. Let me go and take the screen out since it's completely inaccurate. Am I? Okay.
It's all right.
No, it's okay. So, I mean, no, that wasn't you. That was just information I was given, and you didn't have. I didn't have proper context. Excuse me, not you. I didn't have proper context. Either way, the point is that they're trying to levy the fines to not have this shit keep happening because these college football fans, like, seriously, they're not even going to, professional games. They're college students. Figure if they're not a bunch of delinquent idiots and they are able to play football, they're between 18 and 22-year-old kids. They're literal kids, and their idiot fans are destroying property when they win.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I'm looking at, it's on the Yahoo Entertainment page from the Tiger Athletic Foundation.
Right.
The TAF members, thank you for all you do for LSU athletics. Unlike other schools in the conference, we'll find a way to cover the cost.
Right.
Whoa.
Well, that's a combination spinning of the situation and taking a shot.
Yeah, well, they took the shot.
Oh yeah.
The school asked, because Tennessee did ask for money from its fans to help replace the goalposts that they've been torn down. But yeah, they tore them down and replaced it. The fans said, okay, we're responsible for this. We'll take care of it. They're stepping up and doing what they need to do. And then they even did more than they ended up. The donations were more than the cost of the goalpost replacement. So, I mean, that's just because the fans stepped up and took responsibility and did what they needed to do.
Well, good on them. That's good on them to do that at least.
Yep.
Yes, Zach.
So let me break this down for you in a few things. One, I'm in Louisiana.
I'm sorry.
This place is full of alcoholics. We don't do anything right. That's one. Let's start there.
Well, okay. Well, Zach, if we're going to be breaking down honest, they're full of drunks. Alcoholics go to meetings.
Exactly. Drunks or lushes do not.
That's right.
I mean, Mardi Gras is a thing down there for a reason.
We can't
There's a place called Bourbon Street for a reason.
Yeah, there's that. And then there's other things that make people do stupid things in Louisiana, but we can't talk about that. I mean, look at my username for God's sakes. I mean, our other team sucks so badly, The fans have to have something to be excited for. But
True.
We got fined $250,000 this time. So what happens next week when we beat Alabama? Is that going to be $500,000?
No, it only maxes,
maxes a quarter.
It maxes as a quarter.
Well, if they want to get happy in Louisiana, they can go by Zach's club and get real happy real quick and not spend near $250,000.
Amen.
Hey,
Zach, do you really think you can beat Alabama next week?
Absolutely not.
Okay, then.
No.
Hey, you got this. Super Bowl tied.
We can.
We did.
Can we beat Bama? We can.
Hey now. I get the whole Rocky Top, that song. That thing.
Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Okay, there you go.
Bel Air killed that. Was amazing.
Hey, you two can celebrate all you want. All you guys need to know is my team can still whoop the floor with both your teams.
Negative.
Do you think Ohio State can take us?
Negative.
With ease.
Oh, well, lordy.
Ooh. Okay.
OH. Me jumping out.
All up in the
All
Kool-Aid,
right,
and
all
I
right.
do
Well,
know the
H, come
plan.
on.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Damn H.
What
He
happened?
stepped away, didn't he?
No, I'm here. What's up?
OH.
I
Thank you.
Sorry, I
Oh,
couldn't hear you. I got shit in my ear.
Sorry, I was using Ohio State to trash their college football teams.
Well, no, it's again, that is one of the very few differences Conrad Thompson and I have is about Bama because he's rolling that tide so hard he might as well strap on burgundy and white and ride the freaking pony out of town. And you know what? He lives there, so God bless him for it. Whatever works, that's his place. Good on him. But you won't see me rolling tide unless it's got a OHIL strapped to the back of the donkey ass.
I love it. Let's switch games. Let's head over to baseball now that the World Series is set. Jeff, Go ahead and put that graphic up there.
I'm trying to get back to
Thank
the
you,
desk.
Astros.
Let's face it, there's only one team left that we can all root for, that we will all respect, and that is the Phillies.
Nope. No Astros.
We can all agree we don't want the Astros to go anywhere near that beautiful trophy because the three teams that should have been doing it, the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Braves, all got the boot. And if you're rooting for the Astros, you are not part of this bar and you are booted.
If you're rooting for the Astros, you might as well declare yourself a Patriots fan and get the fuck out the bar.
Right?
In my defense.
Get out.
No, hang on. This is a good, honest, hymn-writing Christian man. Go ahead, Josh.
Okay, go ahead.
In my defense, the Astros took out the Yankees with a clean sweep after they beat my Guardians after how many delays of, chicanery and shenanigans there.
Yes.
So,
And are you so hoping for your Guardians?
Stupid Yankees, because the Guardians should be in this game.
Well, that's one of those, do you root for the team that beat your team because they beat your team? In most cases, I advocate for that, and I say absolutely yes. But because it's Houston, absolutely not.
I don't
That's the
follow
story of my
baseball enough
life.
to care. All I know is screw the Yankees, go Guardians.
Well, yes, I will always say screw the Yankees. However, if they're playing the Houston Astros, it's a fuck Houston above everybody because they cheated the Dodgers out of the World Series. So
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know that part about baseball history, so I have no comment.
that was recent. That was the Dodgers pandemic 2020 World Series win, or being it should have been 2 years, whatever, 3 years before, but Houston flat out freaking cheated, got caught, and still didn't get their title taken away. They just got some heavy fines, whatever the hell it was. But
Okay, then go Phillies, I guess.
Wrist.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Houston Asterix is that's why that logo was a thing.
Okay, then go Phillies, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's why we.
Peer pressure.
That's one of the reasons why you hear several of us still refer to them as the Trash Tros.
Trash rows.
Fair enough.
Whoop, shit, hang on. Got my camera filled in.
All right.
Anyway, Mikey, next, let me get the graphic back
Next,
down
we'll
here.
just go right into our football stuff. We always do the stats like we do every week. We go game by game. We throw out a few little trivia bits, and then once in a while we rant on everything. So the first game up was the Cardinals defeating the Saints 42-34. Andy Dalton went 30 of 47 for 361 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Kyler Murray went 20 of 49 for 204 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 interceptions. Two of the interceptions in the first half became pick sixes. That helped the Cardinals beat the Saints. The Saints have the Cardinals were on an 8-game losing streak at home, so that's finally broken. It was the longest streak in franchise history, dating all the way back to 1958. The Saints have currently lost 5 out of 6, and only 3 other quarterbacks in history have thrown 2 pick sixes in the first half: Josh Rosen, Tony Romo, and Colin Kaepernick. Zach, what's going on with your team? What's happening, bro? Come on.
All the things.
I will say this. I will say this. Thank God for Grey's Anatomy because I would have shot myself Thursday. I mean,
right? Jesus.
Other TV is so good that I can compel my pain afterwards. You know, Thursday was so bad. So bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So bad. I got a gallon of ice cream and put on the Golden Girls and cried my soul away.
Oh, the humanity of it all. Oh.
Oh, no.
Gracious.
I'm a lonely Eights fan. Look at the username. It's you know.
I do feel for you, Zach. I really do. I've been that way with my Minnesota Vikings for many, many years because it doesn't matter, good, bad, or ugly. I am a Vikings fan, period. So I feel for you, darling.
I put it like this. In the beginning, it felt like we were tanking for a top draft pick, and then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute, we don't have our pick. What the hell are we doing?
I was going to say, you traded that pick away.
Yes, we did.
So
to Philadelphia.
Yeah, because they need it this year. Hey, you know what? At least Philadelphia didn't win this week.
Aww.
True.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
because they didn't play.
Exactly. They didn't play, so they couldn't have won. Anyway.
Ladies, cover your ears. Children, no offense. They all probably got laid, so of course they won this week too.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
Dori, go ahead and take the next game.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Josh. So we've got the Browns, the Browns with the Baltimore Ravens. So, yeah, the Ravens took this one 23-20. Jacoby Brissett, 22 of 27 for 258 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. At the same time, Mr. Lamar Jackson did 9 for 6 of 16 for a total of 120 yards. Again, no touchdowns or interceptions. Oh, boy. So I'm really feeling for Josh here, but at the same time, I'm kind of cheering for my son Tyler here because he adopted the Ravens when he decided he needed a football team to cheer for to feel like he's part of the group on occasion.
There you go.
I don't even know what to say. I look what I put my name as now after Zach's thing.
Aww.
Put it up. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It's me. Oh, there's Zach. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, I don't have to do that yet.
Basically, I mean, this was just like we were doing so well, then we weren't, and it's just like, what the flip is going on? What the flip is going on? This is not what's supposed to happen.
Well, Dori, tell them what happened in that second half.
Whew. In the 3 losses the Ravens have had, they have blown a double-digit lead in the second half, but not this time. The Browns had the game in reach after a touchdown pass to Amari Cooper was ruled as offensive pass interference.
Because the refs freaking suck.
The Browns recovered from the penalty only to be called for a false start, which pushed them back to attempt a 60-yard field goal, which was blocked by Malik Harrison.
Oof.
And that is what happened with the Browns.
I have this message for the refs from the Christmas elf. You are all getting coal in your stocking.
Right. That's right.
The Christmas elf has spoken.
And new glasses. Yes, Zach.
That was pass interference like Steve Harvey can read the right Miss Universe.
Damn! That actually just happened on our show. That just happened right now.
Sweet.
I watched that live. That was
So, Josh, was it pass interference or wasn't it?
What do you think?
I'm asking you.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
He says no, it was a touchdown.
Exactly.
And the refs are getting coal in their stockings, and they all need to get their vision checked. Oh,
that's
and
right.
find out who's paying them off.
Vision check would actually do anything, but
well, let's see who's paying them off. Yes, exactly. I said that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It seems like we're the team in the division this year getting all the injuries.
That's it.
and everything. We
I don't
got
know.
that
I
we
saw
got
quite
that
a bit.
Ravens curse from last year. It's
Well, what about the false start penalty? Who moved? I did not see anybody move in that
right.
game. Who moved?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody.
It was my fault. Yeah, right. When was this game?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, I was asleep because I did get home until like 2:00 in the morning from scaring people, and I finally managed to go to sleep about 5:00. So I was asleep, getting ready to get up and get ready for my next night of scaring people.
It's
Yes.
valid.
The
It's
next
valid.
game, please.
Yes,
Game,
please.
That would be me.
That could be.
There we go.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen again. The Panthers beat the Buccaneers 21-3. Tom Brady went 32 of 49 for 290 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. PJ Walker went 16 of 22, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. It has been 20 years since Tom Brady has been a game under 500. Of course, we love the Brady Bash, but we're not going to worry about that just yet because after the game, Mike Evans was coming off the field. If you remember, he was the one that got the one-game suspension for getting into a fight, I think in week 2 or week 3. And the NFL officials and linesmen, they call him over by name. And they hand him a card. They hand him a piece of paper. He looks at it, and he signs something on it. Well, oh my gosh, the internet local media people are saying, are these officials asking for autographs? After a brief investigation and a statement released by the NFL, this was declared not to be true. There's a collective bargaining agreement between the NFL and the referees. It is prohibited. No official can go up to a player or a coach and say, "Could you please sign something for this or for me?" The only way it can happen is if it's for charity purposes, and there has to be a whole protocol. But for personal use, it is frowned upon because it could be considered biasness or favoritism. So is somebody like just taking this all out of proportion, or
yes? Yes.
So what if it was an autograph though? Would that
okay.
really be-
So here's the thing. First of all, yes, they're making a big deal out of nothing. However, and also, this is the news. Really? This is the news we're reporting this week on the show? Okay, cool. But by the same token, if it was indeed an autograph attempt, you and I, Mikey, both know about approaching celebrities, athletes, whatever, when we're in uniform, when we're in costume, or whatever, and how much corporate goes new. So, same basic principle is in place.
Yeah. Let's just think. This was Mike Evans. What if it would have been Brady? Do you think this wouldn't have been even 50 times worse? Those officials, wanting an autograph or not, those officials would have been sacked.
Yeah.
Because of how much Brady pays for refs narrative is a thing in NFL circles. Those officials would have been sacked immediately and Brady suspended.
Yep.
Let's be absolutely honest here.
No, but the fact that it wasn't even a thing and it was made a thing shows how paranoid and hard up for any sort of gossip we are as a society, which is kind of sad, and how quick to condemn everybody and anybody we can. And that's a little philosophical. It's a little heavy for a sports bar show, but it kind of is a thing. And I think that's ridiculous that we had to even talk about it.
I have an update on that story, by the way.
Okay.
The NFL has determined that they did not request an autograph following that game. And it says, quote, after speaking with the individuals involved, we have confirmed that the post-game interaction between Jeff Lambert, Tripp Sutter, and Mike Evans, and if I mispronounced any names, I apologize, they did not involve a request by the game officials for an autograph. Both Lambert and Sutter have been reminded of the importance of avoiding even the appearance of impropriety when interacting with players, coaches, and club staff on game day, including during the pregame or postgame time periods.
Yep.
One of the officials, grabbed a pen, something to write on from Sutter before he handed back to Evans, who appeared to write on it. And we don't know what they were discussing. This headline actually says something about chatting over golf lessons.
Well, okay, so that's where the area gets gray.
Yeah,
extremely.
Because if the referee was approaching Evans to talk about something that happened during the game, and he signed off if it was soccer, it'd be like a penalty card type thing, right? But
Right.
I also know what it was. But if it was over a golf lesson outside of the confines of playing, that's an issue, and that's why there was an investigation. If that's the case, yes, Zach.
Why does this feel like a WWE storyline?
It does, doesn't it?
It
Right.
just feels like that was so set up for the camera to see this happen and it to get blown out of publicity. I feel like this is something the NFL did.
Right.
As maybe like a test of character on Mike Evans' part. Or something
maybe.
Something stupid storyline based. Anything to screw over a team that's in my division, do it manly, not do it fakely.
Right.
I don't care. Even though we're 2-5, we're still one game back in the division, which is some miracle.
Yeah.
But still, do it the right way, not kayfabe generic bullshit. Sorry.
I love it.
So Tom Pelissero finished this out by saying Mike Evans and Lambert both went to Texas A&M, and Lambert was getting Evans' phone number to pass it along to a golf pro to give Evans lessons, per sources. He didn't have any paper, so he borrowed it from another official, and so on and so forth, and that's where it is.
There you go.
There you go.
There it is. Next matchup, please. Go ahead, Dory.
All right.
One, two, three, boop. There you go.
Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Atlanta Falcons. And the Bengals won that one, 35-17. Marcus Mariota went 8 of 13 for 124 yards with 1 touchdown and no interceptions. And Mr. Joe Burrow, 34 of 42 for 481 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Burrow is the first quarterback to have 5 games of 400 yards or more in his first 3 seasons.
And piss on Joe Burrow, too. Most of the time.
What do you got against Joe Burrow?
I don't know. He bugs.
Sure,
he bugs. I know he's our guy. I don't know.
I know. My thing against Joe Burrow is he's playing for the Bengals.
Same. Same.
Yeah, it's I don't mind that part. I don't know, just like something about him rubs me the wrong way. I can't put a rational thing on it.
He seems to be the not caught Ohio version of Zach Wilson.
Whoa!
You know what I mean?
There we go.
Go for it, Zach.
Hey, leave the MILFs out of it, man.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
Hey, that's why I wasn't saying it.
Oh my goodness.
You were thinking, oh yeah. Anyway.
Am I wrong though? Does he not look like he's the type of young quarterback that?
No.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
No. Because I know him and his wife personally.
Okay. Well, then there you go.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. I didn't realize Burrow was married.
Yes.
Scratch all that then.
Next game.
Oh my God! Next game.
This one. We just did that. We just did that one.
I know. My graphics are off. Leave me alone.
Okay. Did you skip one?
Not on purpose.
Okay, we'll go with it then. The Giants beat the Falcons 23-17. Daniel Jones went 19 of 30 for 202 yards.
Back up. You're
Back up.
flipping graphics. Okay, the Giants beat the Jaguars.
Oh, did I say the Falcons?
Yes.
Shit.
You wrote it down wrong on your notes.
Rats. It's the
Yeah,
Jaguars.
no, boss. Everything's okay, boy. Everybody's got the same notes, boss.
Okay, botch. Yeah, guilty. Gibbs slap coming. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I get over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Continuing.
So let's see. The Giants beat the Jaguars 23-17. Daniel Jones went 19 of 30 for 202 yards with 1 touchdown and no interceptions. Trevor Lawrence 22 of 43 for 310 yards with no touchdowns or interceptions. Thanks to a game-ending tackle on the last play of the game, the Giants hold on to deny the Jags a win. The Giants have matched their best start since 2008, and the Jaguars have now lost 19 straight within their own division.
Pitiful.
They can't win.
They're back in form at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shad may need Tony to sell AEW just to pay off all the, money he's losing from losing all these games.
Right.
I don't think he cares.
Oh, I know he doesn't.
I do not think he cares. I think he's focused. He hasn't focused on the Jags for the last 3 seasons, and they've been at the bottom of the barrel every time.
The Jags aren't his responsibility. They're the old man's.
That's my point.
Yeah.
I'm saying Shad should tell Tony to sell his crap so he can use that money to help the Jags. That's my point.
I got you.
Since Tony is still part of the Jags organization, team, and higher management and everything.
All right, yeah, technically.
Okay, what's next?
Wait, hold on.
We have more? Okay,
do we notice how good of a booker Tony Khan is? Why do you think Tony Khan couldn't do the same thing with the Jags? Come on now.
I mean, do you want the Jags to suck more?
Is that possible?
They could go 17.
Let Tony Khan call the shots with the Jaguars like he does for AEW.
Then the Jags would suck worse.
I was going to say the Jags suck even worse than they do now.
And yes, it's always possible.
Anything's possible.
At least they're putting points up. If they weren't putting any points on the board, then I'd be really, really concerned. I'd be thinking we're looking at a football version of Major League here.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
All right, I think we're on this game. I did skip one, Mikey. Good call.
Yeah, you did. You skipped your game.
You skipped your game.
Okay, hang on. No. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we did this one.
Yes.
Yes.
And we did this one.
Yes.
And we did that one.
Yeah.
And then this is the next one I have in line.
We haven't done that one yet.
All right, well, go ahead. Like I said, I had the graphics lined up, but my eyes are shit. I can't see them. Go ahead.
Cowboys beat the Lions 24-6. Jared Goff went 21 of 26 for 228 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And Dak is back, coming back with 19 of 25 for 207 yards. Only needed 1 touchdown. The running backs did the rest. No interceptions. Detroit coach Dan Campbell is not losing confidence in his team that is 0-11-1 on the road and 4-18-1 overall under his leadership. However, his frustrations came to a head when he threw down his headset after Jamal Williams fumbled the ball early in the 4th quarter. The Lions have reached rock bottom. Spoiler alert, they're going to be at the bottom right corner at the power rankings.
When
as they should.
But,
Double A, if you're out there, sorry, dude.
Yeah, he loves to. He's a loyal fan. I love that about my brother, and he will admit they suck. They were so strong, powerful when they got Jared Goff from the Rams. It was the dumbest idea ever for them, I think, because he's not producing. Let's face it. He's getting kicked off. The offense are dropping fumbles left and right. I mean, but Dak is back, and that's all that matters. I think.
So Dad and I had a good conversation. We were talking about this game yesterday, and well, it's they beat Detroit, so there's a matter of hey, you know what? Cowboys are way over 500, and a win's a win right now. Philadelphia was idle, so a win's a win right now. We gotta start racking up points because if Philly doesn't lose, playoffs are going to be interesting. So.
Right. Go ahead, Zach.
I think the thing that pisses me off the most when people talk about the Cowboys, they talk about how bad Cooper Rush is. Without Cooper Rush being in that backup role, the Cowboys wouldn't be shit right now.
No. Dak went down week 1. If we don't have him in that role, we're screwed.
People talk so bad about Cooper Rush, but I bet you Cooper Rush is going to go to another team next year since the tape is out there, and he's going to get some money somewhere else, and he's going to take them to the playoffs. And those same idiots who came after Cooper Rush saying that he's terrible, I wanted them all to line up so I could smack them all in the face.
No. I want them to line up and kiss his Super Bowl ring when they get there.
There you go. Even better.
And hey, Jeff.
Kiss my ass.
Jeff,
Yes,
congratulations.
Thank you.
This week you get to say that you guys are them boys.
Hey, we've been dim boys all season. We played Philadelphia and we lost, which I knew would happen. And week 1 was a freaking train wreck for the entire league. So
I agree.
Other than that, we've won 5 games. So until we start beating the Dallas Cowboys again, we are dim boys. So I'm happy for it.
Well, I just looked at your matchup next week, and it ought to be interesting. After,
Who are we playing?
Chicago.
Yeah, piss. I hate playing the Bears. No matter where we're playing, I hate playing the Bears. All right, where are we at here?
This is going to be
all right.
I think we did this one. Did we do this one?
We're on that one.
All right, we're on that one. Okay, go ahead.
All right, we've got Indianapolis Colts, Tennessee Titans. Go Titans!
I know.
Only because I live in Tennessee now. So the Titans took that one 19-10. Matt Ryan was 33 of 44 for 243 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Shame on you, Matt. And then Ryan Tannehill went 13 for 20, 132 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. The Titans are on a 4-game win streak after starting the season 0-2. They've won against the Colts 5 straight times now. Again, go Titans. Just because I live in Tennessee and they're my adopted team.
Go ahead and take the next one, Dori.
Okay.
Oh, gladly. Well, first, let me say hello to Tim Davis. Thanks for joining us today. And we're on your game now.
Yeah, so let me go and throw this comment up when you're done reading the basic stats. Yeah. Dori, go ahead.
All right. So we've got the Packers at the Commanders. And the Commanders were commanding this week a little bit. They won 23-21. Aaron Rodgers went 23 of 35 for 194 yards with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. Tyler, help me out here, guys. Heineke?
Yep.
20 of 33 for 201 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. The Packers have now lost 3 in a row. Woohoo! Sorry. The longest losing streak since 2018. The Packers did not convert on 3rd down, and the last time that happened, Brett Favre was the quarterback, and Rodgers was graduating high school. And Tim's comment there. The Packers need to run the ball more, and we'll see what happens against the Bills. The Packers, I think, have always had a better running game than pass game, though, haven't they?
Well, in the post Favre days, yes.
So there you go.
I will say this:
in the days they were actually still a bruiser team, which the Bears look like they're becoming bruisers again.
I'm now convinced we haven't seen CM Punk in public because he's slowly absorbed his soul into Aaron Rodgers. Every time that poor bastard has a media appearance like out there at the table, he looks more and more like Punk and All Out every single time.
That's a scary thought.
Scary. I swear, he's going to sit down and he goes, "I'm sorry for the game, y'all. I'm old. I'm tired. I'm fucking hurt. I work with fucking children. I'm sorry. I apologize." It's going to happen.
I'm waiting for him to do that too now that you say it.
It's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
It's always a good week, though, when Rodgers and Brady both lose.
Yep.
Oh, by the way,
Free drinks in the sports bar.
Since we're in the NFL section, let me for those of you watching that are part of Mikey's Monday Night Football thing, I apologize for no grid yesterday. I was very much CM Punk in Chicago when I got home from Disney yesterday. I am old. I was exhausted. I worked with 20-year-olds and teenagers all weekend, and I'm just pooped. So that's my bad. The money collected and the squares selected will carry over into next week's game. I'll talk with Mikey about people getting their picks in for whatever squares are left for whatever money's game is this coming week. That's my bad. And since I already collected my 20% for that, I will defer my 20 for this coming Monday into the pool.
That's fair enough. I will accept that. There were only 3 players in it, and we only had 15 squares, right. So we can easily make it up for next week. Okay. So yes,
yeah. I literally I've uploaded Dad's, saved it, and then I crashed out on the couch till like 4 p.m.
It's okay. It's okay.
So, all right.
All right. Next game.
Hold up.
We have more. Oh, go ahead.
Zach has his hand up very patiently. He's being a good boy.
So speaking on this whole Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady thing, in what universe are we living in right now?
The Twilight Zone.
Brady and Rodgers are both 3-4, while both New York teams are 5-2 and 6-1.
Yep.
Good segue, Zach.
Yeah. The Jets are 6-1, which is like what the shit.
The Jets are 5-2.
5-2. Sorry, you count. Oh, Giants 6-1. That's right. Oh, yuck.
This entire
good segue, Zach, because that's the next game coming out.
There. Okay.
There it is. The Jets beat the Broncos. Imagine, if you will, Zach Wilson, 16 of 26 for 121 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Brett Ripien, 24 of 46, 225 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. The wins are continuing for the Jets as they are off to their best start since 2010 on a 4-game win streak. The last time that happened was in 2015. They have done better than last season. Kevin Arnold approves, if you remember that photo from last week.
Yes.
New York is turning it around. If I own pick'em contest, I would strongly consider the Jets in the next few weeks. I really would. And that's coming from me. I've been bashing the Jets ever for the last. I can't do that. I'm tapping in. I'm like, when are they going to start losing? And they're not losing.
The Jets are usually so bad. Even Benny's going, I'm good with them. Zach, go ahead.
The only bad part that came out of this game is their star starting running back, rookie sensation, Breece Hall, tore his ACL and his meniscus and is out for the rest of the season.
Probably more.
They traded for James Robinson from the Jaguars, gave up a 6th-round pick, but James Robinson hasn't been relevant since that one miracle season he had. So that hurts.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Hey, at least every mom's favorite quarterback is doing pretty good. Maybe that's why they're doing so good. All the referees' moms are putting in a good word for Zach Wilson.
Hashtag
have got it going on. Anyway, go there.
Next game, please.
It's already up. Go for it, dude.
The Raiders beat the Texans 38-20. Davis Mills went 28 of 41 for 302 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Derek Carr went 21 of 27, 241 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Here's the thing: the Raiders actually won a game, which was quite surprising because they're 2-5 or 2-4. Excuse me. They've only put up 163 points. The lower team is the Broncos in their division at 2-5 and 100 points. So maybe things are going to turn around. The 38 big points is nothing to sneeze at, really. And congratulations to the Raiders.
They'll win another one next week. They play us. We suck.
Raiders.
How do you lose against the Texans?
You have a lot of barbecue before you go and play.
Right, that's
you get all hyped up on barbecue. That'll do it. Dori, the
I'll
next
do.
game is yours.
All right. Okay.
I don't know where I am. Wait a minute.
Let's
I can't
see.
see. I think it's this one.
That's it.
I'm patient. And hello to the tornado. Welcome. Thanks for joining us this afternoon or this evening.
Yes.
Next game we have up is the Seahawks at the Chargers. Seattle won that game 37-23 with Geno Smith going 20 of 27, 210 yards for 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Justin Herbert went 33 of 51 for 293 yards, also 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. According to the Next Gen Stats, Kenneth Walker III ran at a speed of 22 miles per hour down the sideline in the fourth quarter.
Jesus,
That's 1 mile per hour slower. That's one slower than Usain Bolt.
Wow.
That's an accomplishment in itself because you got to figure he's wearing his helmet, he's wearing his pads, he's got all his gear on.
Look at all he's got a lot of extra drag that Bolt did not. So I bet you if they were dressed similarly drag or aerodynamically, you'd have quite a contest there.
The only other equipment that I could think would be heavier would be all the gear that goalies wear. Yet in the NHL, when they do the skills competition, they do have some kind of a race. I do remember seeing Jonathan Quick doing like the equivalent of a 10-yard dash with all his gear on.
Absolutely.
He can move.
Yes.
I mean, wow. That's fast. That is pure fast speed right there.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next game.
Next up, the Chiefs beat the 49ers 44-23. Patrick Mahomes won 25 of 34, 423 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jimmy G, 25 of 37 for 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Prior to the game, the 49ers honored their alumni, welcoming back the 2012 NFC Championship team, but one name was not there, and that is Colin Kaepernick. Is he like blackballed for the rest of the
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably. He should be.
Yes. Man, they still.
I know it's a hot take, and I sound like an asshole to some people, but he was a giant cancer. I'm sorry, but he was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of your own political views, and they are what they are, I'm not going to, begrudge anybody their own shit, right? But he continually was an issue. And you can't, it doesn't matter if you're one of the, oh, crap. Hang on. There we go. Doesn't matter if you're one of the greatest players, or could be one of the greatest players ever. If you're a problem in the locker room, if you're a problem on the field, if you're a problem for the league, it wears on a team. It wears on a league. It wears on people. So, you have to be able to find a way to surgically cut that cancer out. And Colin is now, as a result of that, with the 49ers. Josh.
It sucks that my 49ers still lost to us after the big trade, that happened.
Yes.
Do we want to get it? I don't think we've talked about that yet. That big, huge news that the star receiver of the Carolina Panthers got traded to my DeBartolo's San Francisco 49ers. And the 49ers still lost.
Yep.
While the Panthers won.
Right.
Right. And beating Brady. Beating Brady.
Yep.
In the process.
That doesn't seem to be very hard this year.
I guess not.
Well, he doesn't have his
entertaining. Both old men need to just go and sit. This is what happens, Tom, when you piss off your wife by going back. She divorces your ass, and then you get your ass kicked and shows you shouldn't have gone back in the first place.
I done said the word on this show. I'm not allowed to say on Aaron's channel about Brady's lack of last time I was on the air. So that's what's happening. His source of strength is gone. So anyway.
Yeah, he's too distracted with everything else that's going on or not happening in his life to be focused properly on football.
That's right.
And don't get me wrong. I won't bash all day long because I have never been a Brady fan. So,
yeah.
if I remember, I think I touched on it last week. He actually was berating his offensive line or somebody on the field, and the cameras caught this. He actually flat out said, "I did not leave my wife and kids to come here and lose," which was potentially a nod that he's finally kind of gone public with his divorce.
This is what you get, you freaking idiot.
But he didn't leave them. They left him.
Because he went
He's
back.
the one who said, "I'm done," and filed for the divorce.
Because he went back.
Smart
Now,
girl.
I'm excited for this next game that we're getting into because I had fun on Twitter with Big G and Greg on this one.
Oh boy. Okay. So we had the Steelers at the Miami Dolphins and the Fishes. Okay, I'm sorry, they're not Fishes. The Dolphins actually beat the Steelers 16-10. Kenny Pickett went 32 of 44 with 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions?
He's
Okay.
living up to his
Tua
name.
is back. Tua is back. 21 of 35 for 261 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. And this is Mikey's opinion. Thanks to Tua's return, the Dolphins have broken their 3-game skid.
It's true.
And yes, that may be true, but you're saying, but with that statement, you're banking everything on your quarterback.
Yeah.
The quarterback is not the team, but the team is nothing without the quarterback.
Well, that's the media doing that. The media always hypes up the quarterback as everything else, and like the quarterback is God, and everyone else is not that important unless they get that big play. They are the main person. If football was a chessboard, the quarterback would be the king, I think. So you take out
chess. The queen's more important, though, are they not?
The queen's the
The
most.
queens are more powerful.
Okay.
The queens are the most
Queens are
powerful
most
pawn. Yes. Yes, Zach.
Until they lose a game with Tua as the starting quarterback, the media is going to run it and run it and run it and run it like it is some type of New Year's Eve special. They're going to run it and run it into the ground until he loses a game. And they're gonna make it go into this big old thing that the Dolphins are only Tua when he has so many weapons around him that make him who he is.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, the quarterback is not the team, but the team isn't anything without their quarterback. Go ahead, Josh.
So, a couple things. One, Kenny Pickett really seems to be living up to his name because all the opposing teams' defense keeps picking it off
3 interceptions. 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, they keep picking it off of him. It's entertaining. I am not sorry, Big G and Greg. I laughed my head off. If the Browns have to suffer, you have to suffer with us. Next, Tua is doing everything in his freaking power to make sure that he isn't replaced by Brady next season. Let's be honest here, because that still was a whole big thing. But Grant Brady seems to be doing a good job of making sure that doesn't happen either. So,
Brady to Miami.
But, you know,
really?
You never heard about that?
Oh yeah.
Brady buying part of the
that's a
team.
huge step down if that happens.
There was a whole thing of them trying to get Brady or tamper with Brady or him coming into Miami after he retired officially to buy part of the team and be quarterback. Zach?
They were Brady was trying to get with the owner to buy the team, hire Sean Payton as his head coach away from the Saints. They tampered with that, and Brady was going to play quarterback along with being the owner at the same time, which they fined the team over $500,000 for tampering, and they lost a numerous amount of draft picks in the next coming years just for tampering.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If the Miami Dolphins can have one of their great kickers turn into a woman, a police officer, the Dolphins can do anything. If I understand that reference, you're good in the room. Very good. Laces out, right? Okay, that's it.
I don't get it, but oh well.
Oh, Ace Ventura, Josh. You'll thank me later.
Yes, the first one, not the sequel.
And the
All
final
right.
match of the
Happy
week,
right
the
now?
Bears beat the Patriots 33-14. Justin Fields went 13 of 21, 9 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Bailey Zapp went 14 of 22 for 185 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And that completes the week for week 7. Not much fun. Not much happened on Monday Night Football.
Screw Bill
Hey,
Belichick.
Hey, you know
Right?
what, Josh, we're an hour in. Fuck Bill Belichick.
Okay, I'm trying to be good, but yes, exactly
But,
that. See, it's funny. We're seeing Brady's likely last season. Rodgers, who knows what he's going to do?
Yeah, seriously.
Last season as a Packer. That, let's be honest.
Right.
And then
right.
likely the Patriots owner is going to fire Belichick before this season is over.
I will believe that last one when I see it. We've been talking about that for how many years? I really.
Zach,
Since we're dropping bombs, why the fuck did Mac Jones even get in that game to begin with? What the hell were you thinking? Mac Jones is done. You think he's the savior of your franchise? You should have started Bailey Zappi to begin that game. Maybe you wouldn't have been so far down. Maybe you would have been able to control that game. God, Bill Belichick is the biggest idiot I ever met in my life. Wow.
If that happens,
so at the point they were showing, I guess, pictures of his dad or whatever when he was a player or whatever it was, and we always crack on Bill any way we can. And like, God, F you, Belichick, and you're ugly, and you probably smell funny too. So when they showed his dad, oh God, his dad was ugly too. It's hereditary. It's a group of ugly fucks. Cool. Okay.
if the news drops that Belichick is being let go, we're probably going to come in with breaking news, and we're going to stop whatever we're doing, and we're just going to.
I will stop unless I am in costume on park property. I will drop what I'm doing and race to a device and make that a thing. I swear in front of God and everybody, I will. No, better yet, I'll be on property. I'll grab the Disneyland band, the Dapper Dance. Come on, guys, we're going to party. Let's go.
Grab a drink.
They would do it too.
Ding.
Oh yeah, the dance well for sure.
Oh,
well, I mean, now that if I can take a minute, I don't know what my camera's doing here. Just a little piece of trivia for anybody who cares about the Chicago Bears, which I kind of do pay attention because they're part of,
of course,
one of my division rivals.
Right.
In the third quarter, they threw up a stat for the Bears. At that point, they were 10 and 15 for third down conversions. It was the first time they've been 10 and anything since 2015.
Wow.
And that's that.
Good on them.
And them Bears, I think I saw were, let's see. Oh, playing with the Cowboys next week.
Yeah, it's the Bears and Dem Boys next week. I'm not, like I said, the Bears are what they are. They're 3-4, but they're always the Bears. So it's one of the, and like I said, the Cowboys were not expected to do anything again because we've had the same basic, lineup in place. So we're what was it, 4-2, 5-2? I'm happy with what we're doing. So
you're 5-2.
I don't expect anything at this point. If we beat the Bears, great. If we don't, I'm not surprised. So it just got to keep on plugging along here.
The Bears beat the 49ers of all teams. So it really just depends on the day for the Bears.
Well, I know you have your reasons for being a 49ers person, Josh, so I'm not going to begrudge you that reason. I just never liked that franchise because in the post-Montana days, they've been arrogant for no reason to be. So
I'll agree with that from what I've seen. And I think for my division, the Vikings are surprising everybody. The Lions are doing what we expected, and the Packers are kind of surprising everybody. I mean, look, Minnesota's at the top of the division right there.
Right.
Zach, you had a comment.
So back to Belichick. Let's
one last thing.
That's it.
So you got to try to figure out between Mac Jones and Baylor's that kid, Zappy.
Zappy. There you go.
Mac Jones rode his coattail in Alabama behind the greatest offense, one of the greatest offenses in college football history.
Oh, yeah.
Bailey Zappi, his last season in college, broke the single season touchdown record that was held by Joe Burrow.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you got to figure out who you want your starting quarterback to be, somebody who rides a wave because he's got superstars behind him, or a player who threw over 63 touchdowns with a team who couldn't fight their way out of a wet paper bag if you blew it on their face. Bill Belichick, you might be a redneck.
Damn, Jesus. All right, Mikey, before we go into NHL and whatever news, I do have a couple of things I want to briefly throw out there, and then we'll take a commercial / trailer break. So a lot of you know that we at the Jeff Meacham Network and the Casa D-18 Studios, of course, since we're on both today, are buddies with Bat Productions and Braden Timmons, the head of that, if you will. Well, the trailer of the commercial is going to be about his next major project that is premiering on Indiegogo on Monday. Spoiler, guess what that is. But Friday, something he's involved with as well is premiering on across media platforms. It's another franchise's fan film. It's called My Special Boy. Friday the 13th fan film. That's from the producers of The Haddonfield Nightmare, of course, and that's October 28th coming up this Friday. So check that out. I got a screening of it. It's wonderful. Very much a love letter to the Jason Voorhees fans and the Friday the 13th fans across the world. But Monday on Indiegogo, you have an opportunity to get yourselves directly involved in another possible alternate end of the franchise.
For 42 years, he has terrorized this town. Tonight, it ends.
We need to stop this motherfucker.
We need a plan of attack. We have to get these people out of town.
How can he still be alive?
This is Officer Williams. Our night isn't over yet.
Very interesting.
So, if you've not seen The Haddonfield Nightmare, it's still on the YouTube page. Those that have hard copies also have hard copies. I know there's at least 4 houses in my circle that have a hard copy between the Riffs and Dylan's maternal side, and the Renegade himself has a hard copy as well. So, check that out if you haven't seen it. It's all part of the Myers fandom, and of course, ironically, today is I'll do the one shot I showed you not now, Mikey. We'll do the other one you talked about later. Today, as a matter of fact, in history, was the beginning of what apparently has now ended in 2022, because October 25th, 1978, Halloween premiered in theaters across very few parts of the country back then because it's just didn't get wide release. Ironically enough, 24 years later, a little show that I'm not going to say the words out loud because I'm not going to get yelled at by Aaron, premiered on NoDQ.com. And now both have come full circle because this coming Monday, JJ and I will be reviewing Halloween Ends on a special Dad's-infused episode of Renegades Reviews to finish out his month of Halloween, or spooky films, if you will. 14 days of Halloween for him in this case. And then Aaron and I will be on 2 weeks from tonight with the greatest wrestling Q&A ever to celebrate 20 years of NoDQ.com media productions and the actual 24th anniversary of NoDQ.com itself. So that's all coming up. So happy birthday, Halloween. God bless you, John Carpenter, and happy anniversary to Little Old Me and doing podcasting for wrestling. God help me. I'm old, I'm tired, I work for children still, so leave me alone.
There you go.
Just not in this room. We all grown folk here, so that's good.
A quick touch on hockey. This guy down here, congratulations, week 2 winner of fantasy hockey, and the good job for you, Zach. You called your comeback and everything. 50 big points in a week. I still have a small overall lead. I don't have the graphic up because I'm still working on stuff and all that. Dori over here, though, she's none too happy about her players and her points.
Yeah, I'm the cellar dweller, but hey, I'm working on it. I'm learning as we go, and I'm having fun. And I'm keeping Mikey on his toes. I'm having fun, and I'm keeping Mikey on his toes. So that's what's important.
That's true. She just brought up Frederick Goudreau, who got a bit of a push. He's now playing on the ice against Montreal, and Montreal just named Nick Suzuki as their captain. So that's good for the Canadians. And as we briefly touched earlier, you're on your way to the Crypt to go see the Kings play the Lightning. And we briefly talked about Sean Dursey.
I'm gonna give Renegade shit if he's home watching. Cool. If he wants to pop in, even better. He's benching Dursey. And Dursey's having a hell of a run right now.
Yeah, I mean,
so granted, he's a defenseman, and I understand that, and that's fine. But the kid's having a great little series of games here. So I would not be benching him. But again, that's why I don't do fantasy hockey. That and the fact that I could be a competitive, by God, prick, and I don't want to be that guy because I enjoy being a suffering Kings fan when I have to suffer, and a winning Kings fan when we win. So that's what I like doing about my fandom. I had this another quote, and I just went on my brain. Keep going.
Addison just went into the box for something. So now the Canadians are on the power play against the Wild.
Oh, okay.
We'll see what happens.
So
with that.
I'm going tonight against Tampa Bay. I'm apparently going to Thursday night's game too against Winnipeg. So that'll be a cool week. Saturday I can't go because I'll be at the House of Mouse on Saturday night, part of Halloween weekend, all 4 days.
Woohoo! Yeah, I'll be hunting at Frightworks out here in Powell, Tennessee, Thursday through Monday.
So you're out there. Are you guys at Dollywood close for season or?
No, we're gonna go until the 30th, and then we're gonna shut down, and the park is gonna turn into Christmas.
Oh, okay.
And we come back on November 5th. So I've got a whole week of hockey, poker, cleaning the house, laundry, and whatnot.
Right. You'll appreciate this, Mike, because you were there for, God, I think it was 10 years, you said.
Almost, yes.
It used to be Halloween would end, they would deflate that pumpkin, and that tree would be up by 8 a.m. The next morning. Like, without fail.
Yep.
We're launching the holidays on Veterans Day this year. Like, granted, that's 10 days to do more. Cool. Like, that's cool. I was just put off by it because I had not seen them do that before. So I was just like, all right.
Well, it all starts with the castle, right? I mean, the castle always goes first, and then the tree.
Well, yeah, and the castles looked very nice for the reopening after pandemic closure, which was 400 and something days of hell for fans, the cast. It was terrible. So the castle looked really nice when we reopened. They've kind of done a lot, and plus, the company's 100th anniversary is in January, so they're definitely going to be. We're going balls out. I will say what I can say, and what I can say is, even though Mickey's Toontown itself's not going to open until spring, they are going to launch Mickey's Runaway. I should know the name of that because I work there. The Runaway Railway. Thank you. The one they have in Florida. We're going to launch ours on the company anniversary in January, so that'll be cool to have that at least be accessible. But yeah, I got to continue my streak of pictures just before I got hired. I'm now at 21 years and counting, at least one a year.
Look at that!
Look at that!
That is amazing.
That isn't all of them either, as well documented over the years on the NoDQ things. I've got more Mickey pictures than Big Show has turned babyface or heel. We have counted. That is an official stat. I'm like, Paul Wyatt is not even close to that number. Well over 100.
I bet if you could take all your pictures of Mickey and somehow put them together, you would make a Mickey. You know how they do those pictures?
Well, it's funny. The mural collage. It's funny. The picture of Walt and Mickey from Walt's last visit to the park back in '66, inside our corporate office is a mural of different pictures, which I thought was kind of a neat thing. I didn't realize that until I actually went in there a couple weeks ago. I still want that picture, by the way. I wanted that framed on my wall. It's such a cute. And Walt hated that picture for years, by the way, because in the original picture, the wheel on the car, the steering wheel, has got like tape on it because it was beat to shit or whatever after 10 years, and he hated it. Don't put that out there. So they would crop it for the longest time, like up to where you couldn't see it. They've since, obviously, digital things, graphics become. They've since photoshopped and made it better. But yeah, so it's crazy to be a part of it after all this time of being a fan and a guest and all the happy things that we are. There's a lot coming up on JJ's channel here on the Casa, as well as just in general across our on the multiverse of media here. Is there any other things we wanted to cover sports-wise before we wrap for the day?
We need to show the rankings and results.
That's right. I think I loaded those in there. I did. Look at me. I'm ahead of the
game.
Do
that. We'll do a quick shout out, and then you're free to go to crypto.com. There's the Week 7 power rankings with the Eagles still atop as an undefeated team, followed by the Giants, the Bills, the Vikings in the top 5. Skol. The Chiefs are there. The Jets are there, which is still shocking to believe. I cannot believe it. Every week I'm going to say this until they drop. The Cowboys are 7th. The Titans are 8th. The Seahawks are 9th, and the Ravens finish out the top 10. And of course, the Bengals, the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Rams, the Colts, and the Falcons end out the left side of the column. We move over to the right, which is where you don't want to be. The Cardinals, the Patriots, the 49ers, the Packers. There's a shock. The Packers for the past 2 seasons, but now they're on the right side, along with just above the Bears. The Commanders, there are the Bucks, right almost in the dead middle of the column at 23rd. The Raiders, with their win, boosted them up a little bit at 2 and 4. The Saints are 25th. The Browns are 26th. The Jaguars are 27th. The Panthers are 28th. The Steelers are 29th. The Broncos are 30th. The Texans are 31st. And the Lions are the bottom-dwelling team. Unbelievable on all of those fronts.
I had a couple messages. Why was I so happy about the Chiefs winning? The end of the Chiefs is the fact that our buddy Kayla at the Kings games is a Kansas City Chiefs, Kansas City native. So Chiefs, and she got a really cool Chiefs jacket recently-ish. So she's going to be happy as a Dickie bird tonight at the game, I'm sure. And plus, our buddy RC is from Kansas City. So there.
Oh yeah, RC. Haven't heard from her in a long time.
She's doing well. She actually moved back home doing the self business thing. So she's having a good time.
As far as the pick-up results go, Zach, there it is. Winner of Week 2 in hockey and winner of Week 7 in football. How about that? Dori Lou with Pop and JP at 9. Tammy, Brandon, Nathan, and Daniel all got 8. Mike and JJ got 7. And Emmanuel finished up the rear. Minnesota Wild goal. The Wild, they just scored. All right. It was Eric Sinek and then into Duhaime.
There you go.
How about that? Duhaime with the first goal of the night. Brandon had the overall lead, 63-62. Dori Lou's right behind with 60. Pop and Zach at 59, JP at 58, Renegade at 57, Mike at 55, Daniel at 54, Nathan at 50, and Emmanuel at 48.
We're also going to point out Josh has officially removed himself from the pick'em.
Yeah,
just kept busy with life.
Josh
So
took
yeah,
himself out of the game last week. He's busy doing things, and that's A-okay. He's more than welcome to pop into that. So big winner, Zach. How you feeling there, bro?
My team still sucks.
Oh, God, that's so sad.
Can we make it official? I will pick the Vegas Raiders this week.
There you go. Right, that's it.
Gotcha.
Pick the Raiders this week.
They're playing us.
Right.
They're playing the Saints, and I believe they're playing in Vegas.
No, they're playing.
No,
we're playing
no,
here.
They're playing in New Orleans.
They're playing there, but still, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take a tie.
Right. We hate football ties, but Jesus, like seriously, God, it'd be funnier if it wasn't true. Mikey, you'll appreciate this. Remember our buddy Lex that used to be a tour guide at Disney?
Yeah.
She's now a tour guide for the Raiders. At their
Oh
stadium.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's like, just keep me reasons to want to go to Vegas and Henderson. Like, I don't want to go up there if I can help it, right? But it's like, damn, everybody, like, a lot of people I love are up there. It's like, so, anyway.
All right. What we got on the plugs?
All right, plug. Let me get this graphic so I can actually get the full graphic. All right, so if you missed this yesterday, because it did get uploaded by the skin of my ass, I got it up on time. Please go check out yesterday's episode of Dads, Not Always on Wrestling, as we talked about the top 10 horror movie sequels. Now, didn't have to be necessarily part 2, because Lord knows Jason had about 7 or 8, as did Freddy. Chucky's on, how many, seasons or whatever. Michael's at number 465, I think, movies at this stage of the game, which should be the last one if you saw it already. Jesus Christ, at this point, God, he comes back. Lord. And then we're going to round out the year with a grand total of 6 more episodes coming up in November and December. Every Monday in December will be a Dad's. But our next episode is going to be in 2 weeks on this. Actually, our next episode of Dads is going to be on the 7th with our top 10 November to Remember matches, and then top 10 charity singles. And then December kicks off with our top 10 portrayals, TV or movie, of Santa Claus. And then the last 3 Mondays in December are all about Disney soundtrack songs, excluding park music. So that'll be, and that's a collaborative effort. Mikey's going to be a part of that, I understand. And a few other people are going to be involved. We are working on scheduling that out, Mike. Just keep that in mind. We are doing our best to and we will definitely get to that, Dory. Thank you for reminding me. I do have the graphic in here still, I think. So if I don't, I will re-upload it. It is still in there. Very good. Okay. Let's see. Where was I at on plugs? I lost my place. There it is. Okay. So that's Dad's. JJ is finishing out his month of spooky again with the 14 nights of Halloween. That is already really well into it. Actually, I believe tonight is actually, I think tonight's Haddonfield Nightmare. I think it H2O yesterday. So yeah, tonight's, ironically enough, we ran the trailer for the sequel to Haddonfield Nightmare. Tonight he's reviewing Haddonfield Nightmare, which was of course the fan film from our buddies at Bat Productions. And then Resurrections tomorrow. If you want to watch JJ's review of it, don't watch the movie. Please don't watch the movie. I beg of you, don't subject yourself to that hot garbage. But watch JJ's review of it, and then he has to review the Rob Zombie movies. Sucks to be him. And then we round out, of course, with me joining him to review Halloween Ends a week from yesterday on Halloween. And then we're kicking off November on Renegades Reviews as JJ pays tribute to the ultimate girl next door, Sandra Bullock, with 13 nights of the very best movies from our cinematic girl next door. We've got Love Potion number 9, Demolition Man, While You Were Sleeping, The Net. We've got All Time to Kill, Hope Floats, Practical Magic, Murder by Numbers, 2 weeks notice. I can't see that graphic. I'm too blind. 28 Days, A Proposal, The Lake House, and Ocean's 8. That's all in November for Renegade, as well as the new release Saturdays coming up in November and December. Of course, we're starting out with Black Adam a week from this Saturday. I believe this Saturday is Bitch Ass. I forgot the graphic. Sorry, JJ. Just a great horror movie named Bitch Ass. It's It makes me laugh, makes me chuckle. But that's all coming up for Saturdays. And then on Thanksgiving Day, JJ will be starting his weekly reviews of the new Disney Plus series. Scott Calvin's back along with the family to apparently retire, according to that trailer we ran earlier. So the Santa Clauses will be premiering the previous week on the 16th, while on the 18th, the company is finally debuting a documentary that has been in the queue for too damn long. So on the 20th, we will be having a special episode of Renegades Reviews, but it will not be hosted by the Renegade because it'll be recorded live on the subject's birthday, which is that Friday the 18th, as yours truly talks about the story of a mouse, the Mickey documentary. I will be recording that live at the Happiest Place on Earth, and then we'll be airing it on the 20th, Sunday, November 20th, after Warzone. So be looking for that. Very much looking forward to doing that. Again, no talk wrestling tonight because I'll be at the hockey game. I'm not going to try to do a freaking live show during warm-ups because that's too loud. Open mic nights coming up this and next month, or November and December. Standard open mic night after a pay-per-view pre-live event or just by itself on Saturdays. The eve of Christmas Eve, which will be a special Friday episode of Open Mic Night, we'll be doing our holiday special. That's, again, Friday, December 23rd. And then the following Saturday is New Year's Eve. We'll be counting down to midnight because we go live at 11 o'clock Eastern anyway. So we'll be counting down to midnight on the East Coast, and we'll stay on as long as us old fogies can stay on the air to count down throughout the country. Coming up on New Year's Eve /day for some of you kids. And with the announcement of Elimination Chamber taking place in February in Montreal, these are the ones we know about that we are covering on the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media, and we are covering Crown Jewel. Noah has conceded to do the commentary on Crown Jewel 1 week from Saturday. So Crown Jewel, NWA Hard Times, AEW Full Gear, Survivor Series War Games, Final Battle from Ring of Honor, NXT Deadline, both on the same day, by the way, those two in the middle. Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and both nights of WrestleMania. That's all coming up soonish. Sooner than later. Yes, Zach.
I will have the New Orleans coverage for you covering Hard Times.
Appreciate that very much. Yes, we'll definitely look into that. I also want to tell everybody, and I haven't said this to anybody that I except for the person I did the transaction with, and I think a couple people. I actually sold my Mania tickets to the person I sold them to. It was one of those. It's going to be right after my 6 month with the company. And I figured I'm going to be looking to transfer into a different division. So I didn't want to try to request time off when I'm trying to make a transfer. So we have a brand new stadium. It'll come back. Right? So I'm good. But that just means I'll either be working on a Saturday, Sunday, which I make money. I'm good with that. Or I'll be right here helping to cover WrestleMania. So it'll be good either way. Mikey seems depressed that I canceled my tickets. Why?
No. I was just letting it all sink in. I mean, it's all good. Make your money.
If you made plans to come out, I'm sorry.
Oh, we still are talking about still going out there to clear out our stuff in California, make a trip out there. We're still planning that. That'll more than likely take place in the winter.
But just keep in mind, Aaron, as of now, we're talking about him coming out end of February, early March for both another birthday in his life as well as my own. So to kind of celebrate. So whenever you want to come out,
we'll find a way to make it work. We always do.
So
as always on the show, we always do a couple of Step Boy shout outs and Dori's words of wisdom. The first part I'll take over here. First off, congratulations to Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. 19 years of marriage. Of course, the infamous Las Vegas wedding with the storyline where Stephanie was had a little too much to drink, and the little white wedding chapel there in Las Vegas. There, of course, is their proper wedding photo a few years later, and that is no offense to Triple H, but that is one of the cheapest looking Halloween costumes I have ever seen.
He literally Dude, Mikey, he literally threw on a hat and a freaking random cape and a pair of sunglasses. Stephanie, at least, went all out, but I don't think it was much of a, okay, we need to do this thorough thing. It's like, here, honey, come here for a second. It's probably exactly what it was.
Sometimes those are some of the best photos, though.
That's right. Don't hate on the Helmsleys. They're awesome. So.
Absolutely. And also a quick shout out to AJ Styles and NASCAR superstar Corey LaJoie, or LaJoie, however you want to call it. What they did was they basically decided to mix wrestling and NASCAR. NASCAR did produce a video of AJ in the car at the Charlotte track, which they call the Roval, because it's part oval, part road track. Right. And if AJ did not have any protective gear on, he would have destroyed himself. Because if you know the track, when you're coming off the oval part and you have to make that really hard turn, you need to go from what the driver said, 150 to 40 in less than 3 seconds to make that turn, or you are going to spin out. The driver was braking. He was being jostled back and forth. And he was pretty much saying, if I wasn't strapped in, I would have been flying out of the car along with whatever was in my stomach. Then, of course, on the flip side, Corey and Dale Jr. were at Raw in Charlotte. It was on Dale Jr. The Miz was in the ring, and the Miz claims he can beat Dale Jr. in a race in his own Tesla. Yeah, right. I don't know
about the race car, but I'm pretty sure Dale Jr. can kick Mike's ass. That's just,
absolutely.
Mrs. ass. Mikey's, I don't know.
There's your WrestleMania match, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is. There you go. That's right.
Dori, you got some words for us?
Well, before I get to those words, I'm going to jump back to NASCAR real quick. And everybody knows, well, I got Mikey in a NASCAR. And I don't know if we've really discussed this or not. I am currently a fan for Richard Childress Racing, Mr. Austin Dillon, number 3, and Tyler Reddick in the number 8. Tyler Reddick will be leaving before too long. And a driver that we've all loved hating on for years and years will be coming to my team. Mr. Kyle Busch is leaving Joe Gibbs Racing and is coming to Richard Childress Racing. That is in the contract. I don't believe it's next year. I think it's the following year. I can't remember right offhand. But yes, one of my drivers I love hating on is actually joining my team. So I have to start rethinking a few things.
Like I said, Kyle being a father has mellowed his arrogant ass out.
Yes, it has. And actually,
that's still a piece of shit. So
I have seen some positive stuff. In little blurbs here and there about Kyle. So we'll see. I mean, if I have to start rooting for him because he's on my team, I'm still an Austin Dillon fan first.
There you go.
With that, some words of wisdom, some positive. My weekly delight, just to help make sure, again, that we've got some good stuff going out there, because there is way too much negativity in this world of ours. Optimism is a happiness magnet. If you stay positive, good things and good people will be drawn to you. And that is a quote from Mary Lou Retton,
there you go,
Olympic gymnast. And I think she probably knows a little bit what she's talking about. And I can tell you personally that when I started putting out all that negative stuff, putting all that behind me and trying to find the positives, even just as I have frequently had to tell Mikey, find something to be positive about when you wake up first thing in the morning, and it makes a big difference in your day. Stay positive. Keep smiling. Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
Like Pierce puts out there every day, work hard, treat people fairly or kindly, earn respect, and love somebody today. It's really what it's about, folks. Those 4 lines will get you through a day, I promise.
Yep.
Zach, you got anything before we head out?
My team sucks.
Well, there goes that positivity.
Yeah, there
No.
goes that. Okay, he's positive that the team sucks.
Positive
Okay,
they
how's that?
suck. That's right. That's
No,
right.
um,
That's it. That's it.
Anyway,
I do have one little small thing.
go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Thoughts and prayers to the ladies who are dealing with this tragedy of a month that happens every year. So my full support is always on breast cancer awareness. So
Yes. Yes.
Well,
shout out
well,
to John Cena and the Susan G. Komen Foundation for all the hard work that they do.
Yep.
Yes.
indeed,
Especially in the industry that I work in,
Right.
it's near and dear to my heart always.
Again, Dori just did a great positive. I don't want to bring it down, but I haven't been live since this happened. Shout out to Kevin Nash and his family.
yes.
God, Kevin's had a hard year. I mean, both Scott and now his son. It's and on Scott's birthday, which was even harder. Again, I've had the opportunity to, get at least acquainted better with the Clique in recent years, and they are such a tight-knit group of people, and their reps will be what they will be, but they are a solid group of people, and Kevin always spoke, always tried with everybody that was nearest and dearest to him, and it was really because of the impending birth of Tristan that he signed with WCW in the first place. So, and it's never okay that when a parent has to bury their child, that's awful. So we're thinking of Kev. We're thinking of Tristan's mom and everybody, and just again, folks, keep the positivity going out there, and make sure you hug and kiss your loved ones, because you just don't know what the next minute, the next hour, the next day is going to bring, and it could be anything. So, like I said, Dori's words are always great. I appreciate the positivity going out there, but just focus on one bit of positivity a day. I promise you, I know it because I apply it at work when I go every day. No matter how sore and how tired I am, I'm walking into freaking Disneyland. How can I not smile going into that place, right? So just think positive, act positive, and positivity will come.
Yes.
Well said. Follow us on Twitter at LBStatKid1977 and Hathaway Lou, respectively. Drop us a line. Let us know what you want to talk about. If you have sports stories you want us to discuss, drop them down there, and we'll give you a shout out on that. As always, thank you all for coming in. Like Dori says, keep positivity flowing. Love somebody. I always say it at the end of every show. I love you all. Step out.